Okay, so here is what the spreadsheet looks like when we first start out with looking for places to leave blog comments. And we're also going to note whether or not, as we visit the sites, whether or not they accept guest posts and if they have any advertising. Then we're also going to look at their traffic stats a little bit later to make this easier to sort if we can't tell by what we're looking at. So we're going to take the first phrase here, which is kids' room decor. And we're going to put it into the Google search engine. And we'll visit this site. And as you can see, this looks like an e-commerce site. And we can't leave any comments. There's nothing here about guest posting that we can see. There's no advertising. They do have a contact us, but without any content on the page. Now, they do have social media here, though. Oh, here they have a blog. Awesome. Okay, good. They have social media, and you can see that their Facebook has 36,000 likes. So that's another place we can consider possibly getting some traffic from. So we might go back and add that to the spreadsheet, and we'll do that. Just add a little area here. Facebook, Twitter, any other social networks you find that you may not have put in this sheet yet, you'll want to come back here and put in. Now, we can visit their blog, and take a look. Here's the blog, and it is, scroll. We might have to click on a title to actually see if it has comments. Okay. We do see a banner ad. We might be able to buy advertising. Just scroll through the article,
Can I have a berry?
We see one comment. As soon as Daddy gets back, honey. I don't even know if you'll like those berries. Okay. Sorry about that. I did start this when the kids were still asleep, but they've just woken up. Okay. So we see one comment. We're on the comments. We're going to have to look at the traffic stats for this blog a little bit later. So what we can do is we'll copy the URL, and then we will paste it into our spreadsheet under URL. And what was the name of that site? Land of Nod. So what I like to do here is I like to just put the title of the site in so that I don't have a million ugly links making the sheet too wide to bother to read. And then I'm going to insert another row. Okay. We'll put for comments we'll put yes, not active. Okay, now we can always go back later and look at some other posts and see if maybe they have more comments if we want to. But we're going to get a traffic estimate soon enough. So whether or not they accept guest posts is something else we want to note. And we didn't see anything about that anywhere on their blog. But we can give one more quick scroll. And sometimes when you leave a comment, you leave a good comment, it can lead to a relationship that will open the door to guest blogging. But we also have their Facebook that has the 36,000 likes. So there is another place that we can definitely see an easy way to get some traffic. Now, I want to show you one other way to find blogs, because one of the things that I noticed, I'm going back to the Google search results for this. The first one is Amazon, and then this, if we hadn't found the blog, it was another e-commerce site, Walmart, e-commerce, HGTV. So what we want to do now is we want to actually come here to more, and we want to go to even more, actually, all the way down. And then we want to scroll down, and we want to find how we can find Google blogs, specifically blogs that Google finds for us. So specialized search, blog search. Now we can type in the keywords again, which in this case were kids' room decor. Okay. And now we have all blogs that we can look at, and we know they're all blogs. So, let's take the very first blog, The Inspired Room. Now, I've actually already done the research show. The Inspired Room is already on my spreadsheet. What we're going to do first is we're going to go back to the spreadsheet, and we're going to put in the title, which is The Inspired Room. Now, you'll wait for that page to load, and you'll have a look at it before you do this, because you may not even put it in your spreadsheet if you don't think it's worth it. Because I already know, I'm just trying to save time because of the video. And we'll put the URL in there. Okay. And then you know how we take the URLs for each of the different websites and keep them under their phrase. Not that you even have to do that, it just makes it a little easier when we go and start looking for the rest of the traffic. As well, I could have copied their Facebook page link for Land of Nod right here, and their Twitter link, so that I had access to those right here in the spreadsheet. Whenever I wanted to do some traffic generation, I could just hop over those, leave some comments, do some shares, etc., etc. Okay, but I wanted to show you how to put this spreadsheet together and the tools that I use to research the site. Now, as you scroll down here on the Inspired Room, which this is a really cool site. I like this site. We see that we have ads by Google. Ad choices right there. That's not one we can click on. Usually you have to click the title of the blog post to get to the actual post itself, to where you can leave comments. And so that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for where I can leave comments. And I know this site is has a lot of comments on it. Okay, it looks like every post is on its own page. But as you scroll down, you can see they have tons and tons of comments. That means it's a very active community of commenters. Okay, we know they have ads. Let's go and put that all in the spreadsheet now. Comments, active. Guest post, we don't know. Ads, yes. Now what we want to do is we want to go and look at two things. We want to look at traffic and we want to look at demographics. And I forgot to put the demographics column in here. So, demographics. And where we go to look at demographics is to Quanticast. And the reason that we're going to look at demographics is because we want to know, is this a market that has money to spend? That's what we really want to know, and that's why we look at the demographics. So, we come over here to the Inspired Room, and we put in their URL into the Quanticast search engine. And now we learn what we can about the demographic profile. This is important if we're going to be building an authority site later, because we want to know who they are and what they spend and what they spend it on, if we're going to build an authority site for this market. So we can see here that the market is female. Their ages are 35 to 44. They have no kids. The majority make up to $50,000, and a small minority make $50,000 to $100,000. There's no college and college. Nobody went to grad school. They're primarily Hispanic and other. Okay, so we know a little bit about who they are and how much they make. Now the next thing we want to do is go over to Alexa and find out how much their traffic is. Okay, so now that we've plugged it into Alexa, we can look at their rank, 70,642. US is 19,307. They have over 3,000 sites linking in. But where we really want to click is right here on Get Details. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, let me just show you something that you want to pay attention to here, which is taking a second to work to go back. You can see that right up here. This little thing is moving and driving me crazy. because of how slow it is. Okay. It didn't go back, did it? Alright. Oh, okay. It's on this page too. Excellent. We've got top search queries. Okay. How to keep my house clean. I don't know why that's going to come up for blog designs, but okay. Best interior design blogs. Do-it-yourself slipcover. Home decor blog. How to decorate. So all of these are phrases that people search and find that site. A little quicker than dealing with the Google AdWords keyword tool, isn't it? Okay, and let's see. What we're looking for here is related sites. So, related links, okay, Red Room, and the Inspired Solo. So these are two other sites that you can visit, which we will, to find out if they have traffic, comments, etc. And there's not a lot of information on Alexa about this site. No related links available. The traffic stats are dismal. So let's just open it up quickly. And type it in. And it's going to take forever to come up. And we don't even see it. So, you can go back, but instead of doing that, I would just move on to the next site on your list. Go back to the Google blog list. And just keep looking for blogs that have lots of comments. Check the traffic. If they have a Facebook page, note it. If they have a Twitter, note it. If they have Pinterest, note it. Note everything that they have that's someplace you can interact with their audience. But remember, for this purpose, we're looking at blog commenting because it's the fastest free traffic. And so we definitely want to focus on the blog commenting aspect for now, but we want to note all those other things for later, because later we may want to engage some more free traffic. For this case study, we're only doing 3 forms of free traffic: classified advertising, blog commenting, and guest posting. But you could do link roundups. And you can do social media link roundups, which are excellent. Just get a bunch of links to your favorite social media post and do a post on them on your own social media. If you're overtly concerned about your SEO and don't want a bunch of outbound links on your own website property, that's one way to get a lot of traffic from those other sites without putting anybody's SEO at risk. And so that is the video on how we keep the spreadsheet. Oh, and you'll want to note the Alexa traffic in your spreadsheet. I don't remember what it was now, but I think it was 19,000 US. So I'll estimate it at 19,000 because it doesn't really matter. I don't need the exact figures. And every time you get a URL for another keyword, just insert a row, give the name and then link it so that later when you're ready to go back and comment, you just click on all these links. It opens the page. You scroll to the bottom, you leave your comment with your link to your site, and then you move on to the next one. And that is the most efficient way that I have of doing blog commenting, the actual act of the blog commenting. The research is going to take a few hours, and you can train a VA to do this, and that's probably what I'm going to end up doing because I'm just getting too busy with 5 different sites I'm trying to maintain right now, and it's starting to take a toll on me. So, that's blog commenting.